Hello, I'm CraftyAndy, and this is Crafty Arts. I figured at the end of the year of 2023, I do a reflection on not just this year, but all the other summaries I've made regarding my progress as a creative and video maker. 1994, 1997 through 1999. And of course, these are written so long ago, I probably have to make corrections on things, or try to at least reword them better than I wrote them out. Second grade, I made a story about a haunted house. Later, after drawing some pictures from the Rats of Nim book and getting praise for it, I found my passion at last. Drawing. I was a Command & Conquer, StarCraft, Doom, and Half-Life fan, and the work here shows. In 2000, 13 and 14, well, I got sick of epic battle scenes and finally began to attempt to do more things from my imagination. I had no guidance from anyone. I always would run around the room imagining my own stories and adventures. It was at this point I got more interested in writing and drawing my own original ideas. 2001. Around this time, I focused more on making original characters do not steal from my head. I spent a great amount of time trying to figure out good storytelling. See, I never read a book outside of class until then either. My repertoire of literature was mainly Goosebump books and like half of the Left Behind series. By that I mean the first book, and then I quit because my parents were just trying to force me to read it against my will, and I couldn't pay attention to any of it. Little did I know I had ADHD, I guess. But later on, I managed to go down and get some actual books like The Hobbit, Stephen King's A Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, about a girl that gets lost in the woods. Another one, Lord of the Clans from the Warcraft series, an adaptation of the adventure game that never happened from Blizzard, and went on from there. 2002, age 15 to 16. Even though I never had my own internet connection and copy in high school, EverQuest influenced my art further. Had a bit of a drawing gap here. I came close to giving it up altogether. I remember taking all my stacks of drawings and throwing them all in the trash. Within the same day, I later came back and removed them, which I don't regret. In fact, I can reflect on one of my aunts who was into art themselves, and then one day they just completely lost interest. They took all their drawings and threw it in the trash, and that was the end of their art venture. So that kind of, when I heard that story, it really resonated with me. In fact, I think that's what got me to pull out my drawings out of the trash. 2003, age 16 to 17. By now I had nearly half a dozen different story ideas. None of them will ever see the light of day. 18 years later, they have yet to. My art and writing abilities were nowhere near where they needed to be so that my efforts wouldn't be wasted. Still, I didn't let any of it stop me, and I kept on going, taking advice wherever I got it in order to improve myself. And yeah, there's a lot to be desired with these human figures. The eyes are way too fucking high, the eyebrows are way up there. He's got a chin face that belongs in, that looks like it could drive a stake in the ground. Monsters ain't too bad, but you know, you can draw monsters a lot easier than people. 2004, 17 to 18, my first attempt at digital art with a truly legal copy of Photoshop. Drawing with a mouse is hard. In fact, I'd say it's near impossible, though I did it anyways. It took me months to make this dragon pic, for example, and a website that no longer exists that had some high standards rejected it. But whatever. I also made my first attempt at a comic based on Sonic, because of course I would. 2005, 18 and 19. Multiple factors why I don't have much this year. One sketch pad I had was stolen from me out of class. My first girlfriend. World of Warcraft and my current friends from high school were taking way too much of my time. It was after I broke up with my girlfriend that I realized just how the best artists around draw everything and anything almost every day of their lives. So slowly but surely I made more of an effort towards my creativity from this point on, to the point where I find little to no time when it comes to movies, video games. Hanging out with friends became a luxury that was earned, unless I feel guilty about being lazy, and so workaholic even way back then. 2006, age 19 to 20. It took me this long to figure out I wanted to tell my stories in comic form. I knew my artwork was not good enough yet, and I didn't want to waste a potentially good idea with bad artwork, so I decided to make a Sonic comic. One that rebooted the franchise back to its Saturday morning roots, when it was good. This took me a year of planning, writing out summaries, learning about the process, putting in hours of research into the characters and comics with no help from anyone else except from articles I found on the internet and comics I bought. I had a full summary of 3 issues and a story arc that will definitely never be But it was all worth it because of how much it improved me and what I learned from it. 2007, age 20 to 21. The first 8 pages of Sonic took forever. I sketched nearly 48 pages. Many got remade later. Here I expanded my mediums to marker and ink. I made my first attempt at an original comic, Skull Kid. After many rejections, I figured I wasn't ready yet and continued with Sonic. This year, due to my classes and my own motivation, I made over 107 completed art pieces. And for better or worse, that's what I did. 2008, age 21 to 22. This year, I did an art show with a friend. It was the most stressful and unrewarding thing I ever did. Did not sell a damn thing outside of a few nice relatives. Still, I continued to exercise and improve my skill, combining mediums, taking on different challenges and ideas for class. I wanted to be able to draw anything. 2009, age 22 to 23. This year, my teacher Matt Bush introduced me to acrylic paints. It led me to make a few pictures depicting the stories I have laid out in my head for years now. I like to think I have good ideas. However, I know it's insane to try and do it all by myself. I feel like everyone I meet either has no interest or the motivation to help move a project forward. I often wonder if I have anything to do with it. Maybe I'm not cut out for any of this, but it is all I know how to do, so I'll keep on practicing and come up with ideas until I can't hold a pencil anymore. Maybe the thing holding me back the most is focus and guidance. Hope I can find some. So at this point, from 2009 on, I'm well into the furry scene in a public way. 2010, age 23 to 24. Well, reflecting on my art this year, it turns out I did so a lot more than it feels like I did. 73 to 72 last year. However, I am nowhere near where I want to be. Until my skill level reaches the artist that I admire, I will not be satisfied. Practice, practice, and practice until I break. 2011, age 24 to 25. Experimentation is a good way to describe this year. More videos than art pieces. Trying at multiple web shows involving movie reviews and failing in both views and entertainment value, it seems. Or was I not promoting them well enough? Really, not enough people watched them to even give me proper feedback. I enjoy having a show about anything, Crafty Talk. I'm content with expressing my mind on opinions and ideas, and I hope to do some things that are a little more meaningful. Discovery is another word to describe this year. For better or for worse, I'm sticking to just doing furry content. Yeah, that didn't fucking happen. With the exception of some web shows, because I enjoy it. It's the most popular thing I do. This reasoning came to be when I finished drawing up a preview for the comic I wish to make, called I Am, only for all my willpower to be drained and washed away at the idea of drawing generic people and animals for the entire duration of the project that will surely take a great amount of time. Well, that opinion sure has changed over the years. So now I've decided to go full furry in terms of art and storytelling. I love fantasy mainly because all the same stories have been told countless times. You might as well find new interesting ways to tell them. The weirder the better. What I feel is most important yet again is work harder in promoting myself or find someone willing to help me in that area. Give myself a distinct identity. Get projects done on deadlines as I set for myself and get more people actively involved in projects we can all enjoy making. 2012 to 2013. Yeah, I skipped an entire year. Probably best I did this now than in 2012 because damn, that would have been depressing. Talk about a sign I may no longer be an artist. There it was, 2012. Life got in the way and I was living by circumstance rather than design. Yes, this is when I started a sales job. I was fucking with my brain wiring. Never again. 2013, I found the work ethic I didn't know I needed. A work ethic I got as a senior-focused insurance and investment salesman. A place I never thought I'd get it. To understand where I'm coming from, I got more out of that business in a year than I did from all the advice I got from successful people in the creative fields. My instructor's advices were solid, mind you, but there is one thing you can't teach, and that is work ethic. Despite my long work hours, I was still finding time to get things done, knowing what it takes now. If I have to work 40 hours a week on top of a 40-hour job to achieve my goals, then so be it. Short and simple. At this point, I was out of the sales job. 2014, age 27 to 28. I think the time has come to say I am surely done experimenting. The planning is in place. A lot has happened to me this year that made things take longer than expected. 2 moves within the year, not having a vehicle from July to November and having to walk 2 hours to work and 2 hours back. I'm happy to see all that is behind me now, and regardless of what happens next, I persevere and the work does not stop. A new vision, a new direction. Really, it's as if I have come full circle back to my own artistic roots. At this point, I have a children's book written and ready to be drawn up. No, I don't. At least I thought I did. A graphic novel in its second draft. 2 new YouTube channels, with one being furry focused and the other art focused. I intend this to bring more consistent viewership. The drive is there now, it just needs to be focused and needs to have the right ambitions behind it. To put it simply, work hard but work smart. 2015, age 28 to 29. Progress is a good word to use for this year. Progress, personally, financially, and in skill. For my art, I finally have found a way I wish to express myself. Thanks to the help of friends and especially my husband, it can be made a possibility. An internet show I've always wanted to see and make, my goal to entertain, pure and simple. Becoming more focused on my ideas, where I want to see myself 10 years from now. I have found the path I want to be on. There have been and will be more sacrifices to see this made. Anything less would be a disappointment to me and those who have helped me get by. I carry those memories, I don't forget. I want this show to be entertaining, to help me grow as an artist, to give me the platform to express myself. I understand that I am someone who has a long way to go in terms of skill level, and I think that will add to this. Putting any sense of analytics out of my mind, it doesn't matter if I have a few or 10,000 views. What matters is I am doing what I want to be doing. And if this show makes people happy in turn, then it's all the better. Here's to another year of growth and progress. Cheers. 2016, age 29 to 30. What a year. This is the most focused I have been. More artwork and video projects have been done this year than the last 3. Finally, me and my 2 mates are in a position where this can be a primary focus. By the end of the year, I anticipate having a full season of my show, Crafty Arts, done. Close. An art portfolio and a book. Well, neither of those happened yet. I am in such a happy place right now, it cannot be expressed in words. More coming at you from CraftyAndy. Goals this year: 12 episodes of Crafty Arts, at least 1,000 subscribers, and $100 a month from Patreon. And pitch my book for publishing. Well, 2017, age 30 to 31. 2017 was a year of building, once again poking around the masses and seeing what I think will work best. Progress is slower than expected, but with me getting a grasp of what I'm capable of, what I can get done at a given time and focused, I can build it up from there. Now there are more people involved than just my husbands and I. Not anymore. There are new friends involved in this mix, and I am looking forward to growing the numbers of our audience. This is the show and channel that will be built upon. A show people can get entertained from and give their input in. The experiment is over. I have determined the purpose for our YouTube channels, and Crafty Arts will be the start. There's no worry of the state of the internet or YouTube or whatever. My area of expertise is creativity, and I will let it shine. My hope is not only to entertain, but to make friends proud and fans happy. You have all shown so much support, it would be an insult if I did anything less than the best I can. And now an expired link. 2018, age 31 to 32. 2018, boy, what a drag. There were 3 big hindrances to my progress. 1, moving to a new place. 2, having a soul-draining job. And 3, indulging in recreation in the form of movies and video games because of said drain. Early in the year, we got to spend time with a new friend of ours, Malcolm, from Channel Awesome. And it was an amazing time working with him. I remember how much we all missed him when he left, too, and I didn't feel that way about anyone else since meeting Frederick Fox the year before that. Later in the year, I got a job I liked for once, and that improved my motivation even more. The ambition and positive outlook is inspiring, to say the least. I reluctantly even write their names as if I am using them to impress people. It's more about their impact they had on me, getting to know them and what they built for themselves. Nothing has changed when it comes to my focus. The Weirdzore's YouTube channel reached over 1,000 subs and got monetized, and now it's time for the Crafty Art Show to shine next. The discipline and drive that I lost before has been reclaimed. Most of all, I have my husbands, Kieran and Ashoba, to thank for making this all possible. Our local friends, Tonto, Max, have proven to be a big help with ideas as well. I love the idea of building something great together, and I want that to be now. 2019, age 32 to 33. Patience. I have a career I enjoy, and it has helped me get my mind back. I look forward to gathering up content for Crafty Arts and Weirdzore's and just putting on a show of entertainment. It can be overwhelming with so many things I could do. It became a matter of focusing on what I would consider the most important thing for my own legacy. Assuming no tragedy happens, I got about another 45 years to go. Time is running out. I got nothing to lose from trying. I want a successful business, making art, commentary, and sketch comedy, philosophizing, analyzing, and self-reflection. Let's go. I am not going to scream that. 2020, age 33 to 34. It's been quite the journey this year, finding a permanent residence, securing a art and gaming room. The pandemic this year hit hard for a lot of people. It was luck for our family. That's it. We still have time when it can indeed still happen. Whatever though. Still have the Crafty Arts and Weird Source YouTube channels to manage. Plenty of art ideas, scripts, and topics to cover. There isn't much to say for this year. Progress has been slow as always. However, I am now finding ways to streamline production. I just need a time when I can pile on the finished works and release them. But until then, thank you for those who have remained my friends despite us not getting to see each other that much. And thank you for those who support me in one way or another. 2021, age 34 to 35. What can I say? I could complain about not being a full-time creator, but it's trivial in comparison to how bad things could be. The learning never stops. I want to be a better artist and writer. There is no way to turn this off. I go crazy if there is no time for creativity. That being said, it helps having a job that I at least enjoy to an extent. The most drained I ever felt was being negative about my position in life. Ironically, it's what kept me from getting a lot done. That's what it comes down to. So many ideas, and the only way to see them realized is to just do it. Pick and choose what are the most important projects to me. I create because I have to. It's everything I am and do, and I hope it brings some entertainment to others that come across it. Then 2022, age 35 to 36. The years have become a blur. Even before the COVID pandemic, the days overall felt like they come and go with little to remember them by. Really, it's because the current state of things and occurrence with my life is pretty good. In comparison, at our lowest financially and emotionally, the year would be a lengthy series of unfortunate events. Something breaking or needing repair would be an upset. We could never enjoy ourselves without the upcoming workday casting a dreading shadow over us. If my current state of things is the peak, then already I can go forward satisfied that I accomplished more than what was expected of me by the culture of the U.S. society, religious teachings, and peers. Currently, I have one rather large Ratchet & Clank commission to finish, and then it's mostly strict focus on the kids' book. Somewhat. I'll be documenting the progress as much as I can. Throughout the year, I managed to put together a series of videos to try and advertise my Crafty Arts channel more. I want to do more focused scripted commentary for my Weird Source channel, still working on it. In fact, I recently wrote up a script for Furry Puritans that is getting reworked in order to be more humorous than lecturing, still working on that. I'd rather attempt something more challenging and be seen as a failure than to play things safe and easy. Having a full-time job remains the main barrier to getting projects done. Gotta balance the work life, family, and interest accordingly. It is painful, but it does mean some aspirations get set on the back burner permanently, unfinished, and never see the light of day. I have so many scripts and videos that if they were in physical form, could sit on a shelf to gather dust. I itch and scratch with anxiety over wanting to see ideas made and done. However, I am in no position to have someone do work for me with merely a promise of future payment. I suppose the idea would be then to sell myself in current skill. How? I don't know. We'll start by seeing how this self-promotional push goes once it's complete. This is all just a mere venting. By all accounts, things are getting better than I could ever hope for thanks to my husbands and their efforts to keep me social and grounded in reality, and have a grasp on the bigger picture. They understand none of this was ever for simply money or fame, but creation for creation's sake, and giving meaning to my life. Maybe I am the living example of why you should have a backup plan in case your plan of doing entertainment or any other form of entertainment as a living doesn't work out. So be it. How many potential creators have we all seen drop off, give up, or cost themselves a career over poor judgment? All lack of recognition aside, I feel pretty damn accomplished right now because fame and fortune was never the goal I was aiming for. Thank you for my supporters, family, and friends. Without them around, I wouldn't find much passion in what I do either. Good luck in this year, everybody, and onwards on to 2023. 2023, age 36 to 37. At this point, all of my problems stem from having to work a full-time job to support my passions, which is a pretty damn good position compared to a lot of people. Most people are stuck with jobs they hate and don't get to do the things they want to do. I managed to luck out my way to doing just that in spite of online entertainment still being in hobby level status. I can whine and moan about not being at the level I wish I was, but that never helped me grow, let alone my mental state, like when I worked at a call center. This year, I intend to follow a more strict work schedule, so things I enjoy producing for people don't entirely get neglected while I make progress on my larger passion projects, such as my first book. One page down, roughly 37 pages ago. And that was 4 months ago. In fact, at this point, I even have a editing gig with Onion Nuggets, a show by the uneducated for the uneducated, going over news and memes and random videos from horrible people. And I get to edit it and post highlight clips of it. It's great. As far as breaks go, I get about 4 hours a week to break and play some video games. Most TV shows and movies end up having to be enjoyed either on the job or while I'm working on an art piece or video piece. Those are small sacrifices, really. It would either be that or neglect our family. Speaking of family, our new addition is a doggo we got back in December of 2022. I never thought I would ever have time for a pet, and yet I found a way, and he's just a fluff ball of joy here. I'd have things no other way right now, except getting more projects done and achieving full-time entertainment and creator. So, with that goal in mind, here's the 2024. Subscribe, like, comment me ideas and suggestions, Patreon for exclusive art and early videos, merchandise at the online store, check out the Weird Zors channel for weird furry shit, Pause Off for gaming skits and highlights from live streams that can be found on the Pause Off live channel. Work in Progress is streamed at the CraftyAndy channel. You heard what I said, now see it done.